Here is the storyline of episode 72. At the beginning of this episode, Gyeonghee is really tired, really confused because Dan-soo and Min-ki are fighting to marry her. While she doesn't want to marry Min-ki and wants to marry Dan-soo, but she can't do that. Then there is also Gina who accuses Gyeonghee of destroying her wedding plans with Min-ki, but Gyeonghee firmly tells Gina that she is not the one who destroyed the wedding plans, but Gina and Min-ki who don't trust each other, which makes the wedding plans fall apart. Gyeonghee says that she wants to marry someone who loves her baby sincerely, and that person is indeed Dan-soo. But Gina warns Gyeonghee to live life realistically without imagining too much. Gyeonghee accepts advice from Gina and then she leaves crying. Meanwhile, Myungja comes to Juri's house where Myungja says that Min-ki and Gyeonghee will get married soon, so they have to talk a lot about the wedding plans. Juri is shocked because she hasn't heard from Min-ki about Min-ki's plan to marry Gyeonghee. Even though Min-ki insists on marrying Gyeonghee, but Juri would never give her permission for the marriage. Juri also tells Myungja that she would give anything Myungja wants besides Min-ki and Gyeonghee's marriage. Juri is even willing to give Myungja as much money as Myungja wants. Myungja slaps Juri. Juri holds on, and in the end they hit each other. They stop fighting when they are both exhausted. Juri asks what the real reason is for Myungja to hate her so much. She understands that in the past, she likes Kyun-tae and she hated Myungja so much because Myungja took Kyun-tae from her. But that was all in the past, but why does Myungja still hate her now? Myungja says the honest reason why she hates Juri. Because in the past, when she was in financial trouble, she carried her baby to Juri and asked for help from Juri, but Juri didn't want to help, even though Juri had become someone rich at that time. Juri even told her that she was a homeless person who asked for help. After hearing the reason, Juri tells Myungja that she doesn't remember anything about the incident that Myungja said. Then she kicks Myungja out of her house. After Myungja leaves, Juri remembers the past where it turns out that Juri's life was not better than Myungja's. At that time, Juri was not married to someone who worked in an office, but Juri married a driver. The big house that Myungja saw at the time was the house of her husband's employer, and in that house, Juri and her husband only lived in a very small basement. Juri says that she was cruel in the past to Myungja because her life was not better than Myungja's. She chose to Myungja considering her as an evil witch and not a beautiful witch. Then also in this episode, Myungja tells her whole family that Juri doesn't know at all about Min-ki's plan to marry Gyeonghee. Even though Min-ki looks like he will really take responsibility, but even Min-ki hasn't told his family about the plan. Myungja decides to no longer expect Min-ki to marry Gyeonghee, but she will listen to what Gyeonghee will do in the future. Another story comes from Dan-soo who has a fight with Chairman Hwang. Chairman Hwang is very angry knowing that Dan-soo would still marry Gyeonghee even though Dan-soo already knows that Gyeonghee is pregnant with Min-ki's child. Chairman Hwang shows her true character in front of Dan-soo, and Dan-soo really sees the terrible character of Chairman Hwang for the first time. Besides that, Dan-soo also tells the fact to Chairman Hwang that the reason he has always wandered abroad is that he feels suffocated if he near Chairman Hwang. He feels disgusted because Chairman Hwang always taps him in the back like what Chairman Hwang is doing to him now. After that, he no longer asks for support from Chairman Hwang. He also warns Chairman Hwang not to interfere in his life. At the end of this episode, Myungja gathers her entire family to listen to Gyeonghee's decision for Gyeonghee's life. But before Gyeonghee can speak, someone shouts from outside the house. The person is Dan-soo. Dan-soo brings 2 suitcases to the main family's house and says that he is back to being a tenant in the main family's house. Okay, everyone, that's the storyline this time. Thank you for watching my video.